Hello everyone, I'm Salad, and welcome back to Danganronpa 3. Last time we had a lot of setup. Hajime decided to decided to go through with a project to create an ultimate hope, which is going to ultimately turn him into what is known as Izuru Kamakura, and Yukizome got demoted to being part of teaching the reserve corps students now. I'm wondering to what extent the non-reserve corps students, the core students, are going to be relevant and what's going to happen next, because I'm wondering what narrative purpose Yukizome going into the reserve, going to teach the reserve course, what purpose that serves. And I would imagine that serves interacting with Hajime in some way. But we'll see how the other students, the core students of the main school, are going to be involved in that as well. So let's get started. Okay, we got Ultimate Animator backstory here. It's in such a rush. Why does he feel the need so much to rush to make the world better with his animations? So, also, I've noticed it each time, this little bit of dissonance at the start of the opening. Like I said before that the opening and the ending are themed in like a very hopeful way, very light, very fun. Nothing despair about them. Nothing off-putting about them. But there's always been this bit of dissonance and static at the beginning of the first opening. And these like weird notes, which are kind of creepy. And that's always been something that stuck out a little bit, this part. That part. And then it goes right back into the regular opening. I like that. I like that little bit of, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but unsettling energy that happens there. I think it really fits the series. And in Danganronpa, right? Danganronpa as a whole. So, anyways, let's continue on. Yep. And we haven't really seen many reserve corps students. They're just Nikon's friend. Suffered for half a year. Wait, are we getting a time skip? Really? Okay, that I didn't expect. I didn't expect her to just us to just get a time skip of her time in the reserve course and never get to see it at all. I thought there'd be a bigger reason for that, but I guess the reason maybe is putting some more distance between herself and the students that she was teaching before. Is she gonna come back to see Izuru among the group or something? She wants to sneak into their belongings? Okay, good. So she's on to this. I wonder what the real, like the true founder that statue was of, the the original Kamakura. I wonder what they would think of this project. Would they be in favor of it? Or would they hate it? Or would they be fearful of it? Or what would their reaction actually be? The person who actually founded Hope Speak Academy in the first place. Have they not seen him at all?
いきなり学校を辞めちゃったの。
Supposedly.
本当にあのクラスに戻ってもいいんですか？主任に転属なんですよね。
Okay, so he likes trying to find talent rather than teaching students.
小前田君とはまだ連絡つかないんですか？
They can't contact Nagito?
音信不通。彼のことだから福引きで世界一周旅行でも当てたんじゃない？そうですか。彼の定額も解除できるように学園長が掛け合ってくれてるみたいだよ。ありがとうございます。
Okay, so they just let Nagito just run free in the world for a while, I guess. They didn't even teach him. They just suspended him for a while.
いいよ、言っていいな。はい。いいね、少ないんだよね。それはスカウトの責任だろ。まあまあ。
I see. So there were a lot more. There's a lot less students in the next class. Okay, so interesting. So this class is this class especially big? Yeah, and there's Kyoko. Or is the class of Danganronpa 1 just especially small?
あんなことがあって今更戻ってくるなんて教師として失格よね。恥ずかしくない女に。やだ、パートナーでも。行くわよ。みんな、ただいま。
Oh, okay. You know what? This is a better welcome than I was expecting her to get. I thought Izuru would be here and it would be all weird, but nope. They're all excited for her to be back. What did they have in the meantime? Did they not get attached at all to their new teacher? I assume it was the guy who was scouting people. Who was their teacher in the meantime. It's surprising to think that these people are somehow going to become remnants of despair. Oh, she can do her traditional dance or something? Or no? What? Oh, she just grew up that much in this time. Okay, right. And she still bullies Mikan, just like in the regular game. Great. I love that. I love that for Sonia. So this is all wonderful and happy. What is going to make this all come crashing down? Also, what there in Danganronpa 2, there was also the ultimate imposter, right? Who pretended to be Byakuya. Where is that guy? Because this is not him. This is the ultimate animator. No, it's not? No, it is. Wait, what? Okay. That makes sense. Okay, I see now. I got it. So the ultimate imposter is posing as the ultimate. Oh my goodness. So what is the... Okay, again, he desperately wants to save everybody, but I'm still fixated on... Does the school know that the person in the class is not the ultimate animator and is the ultimate imposter? Or do they not?
あいつの料理は絶品だ。最後に信じられるのは脂肪と糖質だぞ。
That's all you can believe in? You say so.
才能があるというのも難儀なものだな。
Who's coming in for a landing? Is it Nagito? Is he back from his world tour that he won in the lottery? Probably. Also, we still haven't seen Junko yet. Okay. It is Junko, okay. She blew up the car who brought her here. Okay, but surely she'd be suspicious of that car blowing up that just took her here. Okay, I appreciate the not fully black transition screen there. Does anybody actually like this type of print on clothing? I've never liked it. The leopard print or whatever. There we go, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Junko-chan, お迎えは嬉しいけど、それ何？ああ、ナレーション風にね。
Oh, she's narrating, I see.
後に世界を絶望に染め上げる人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件。
That's a great voice change. Good narrator voice.
そのことに気づく者はまだ誰もいない。Junko-chan。お姉ちゃん、ちょっと見ない間にそばかす増えたんじゃないか？そうかな。私が増えてるって言ってんだから、増えてるに決まってるじゃない。
This is how they have fun, huh?
視力53万よ。宇宙のチヤホヤ的なやつなの？はあ、純子ちゃんが私を殺そうとしている。実の姉を自分の手で殺す絶望を味わおうとしてくれてる。
So, I mean, I've always been curious about how Mukuro really is, because we've only seen her as pretending to be Junko, right? And we learned a little bit about her in Danganronpa 0, but I don't fully remember the details. But this is interesting. And also, she seems to be enjoying this, the idea of Junko trying to murder her and wanting to taste that despair. But when we see her get killed in Danganronpa 1, she seems shocked about it. And she seems not as happy about it. So this is weird. This is a little bit weird that she's, I guess, more aligned with Junko's ideals here than I feel she was in the events of Danganronpa 1. At least that's what it seemed like. And again, is that not going to be? Is that not going to raise questions?
なんだか嬉しそうだね。もちろんよ。ワクワクのドキドキだわ。
Okay, and once again, so Junko and Mukuro. So I think I had the theory last time that this guy's animations were behind everything, but they're clearly not, because he's not done with. He's still working on his own animations, right? The animations for Hope, and he hasn't met with Junko yet to make the animation of despair. So, yeah, Junko was still Junko before anything that this guy did. Anything that the Meteor Eye did.
アニメは僕を救ってくれた。それは聞いたが、だから次は僕のアニメが。
He needs to take some pointers from Chiaki and just. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say that because he's gonna. I was gonna say take some pointers from Chiaki and share his talent with everybody else and try to get help in doing what he wants to do, because people would probably want to help him. But I know exactly how that's going to go, right? Junko is going to be the one that tries to help him. He's going to share his talent with Junko, and that is going to lead to all sorts of problems. So basically, what Chiaki did, but it's going to fail horribly. So we're going to be able to see two sides of what happens when you share your passion with others, I guess. Oh, is he going to get help from Mikan? Yeah. No, he just needs her help with helping out Ultimate Animator.
しばらく安静にしていれば大丈夫ですけど、一体これは。ここまで見られておいて説明しないわけにもいかない。
He's gonna reveal the secret. It's gotta be difficult for the ultimate imposter.
しばらくしてからのことだ。俺が自分の部屋にいると妙な物音が聞こえてきた。
Oh, he came here to the Ultimate Imposter's place to ask for help? Or no, I guess just to eat. This guy's pretty nice then. Took him in and taking him in and feeding him. Watching him like a hawk, as he should. To somebody you don't even know.
俺に名前はない。戸籍も家族も何も持っていない。唯一俺にあるのは詐欺師としての才能だけだ。俺はそれを使い、誰かになり変わることで日々をこなしている。だが、事情があってこの姿ではいられなくなってな。
Can't keep using that form. So I assume that's... He's in his Byakuya form? Again, it's so crazy to me that somebody who's clearly very nice, like this imposter guy is, becomes one of the remnants of despair. Like, what is going to cause that?
自分が成り変わる姿を欲する俺。俺たちの利害は一致した。
Interesting, and that makes sense. And also, is that why that transition screen we had was half light and half dark? Is it to mirror this scene right here, where it's half light and half dark? Yep, you learned the secret, now it's time to die. Oh, Makoto's here! And we got his theme song. Start of the game theme song. Wonderful. So it's interesting that Izuru was not even unleashed when Makoto entered the school. I'd assume that Izuru was already like walking around and out and about by this point, but I guess not. And Junko's here watching from behind, ready to strike. Now I remember in the events of Danganronpa 0, I think Izuru, if I recall, I don't remember the exact details, but Izuru like murders a whole bunch of students in a room, right? Or something, and then Hope's Peak tries to cover it up, and then Junko tries to uncover it up, tries to get to the bottom of it, Something like that.
ここから新しい学園生活が始まるのよ。
Something like that.
ぷぷぷぷぷぷ。期待しちゃうな。運命的な出会いとかさ。
Already drawing Monokumas.
お前みたいに才能がない人間はな、何も考えずにだらだら毎日這いつくばって生きてんのが何より幸せなんだよ。
Yeah, see?
またな。
That guy's words and actions still sticking with him. Still affecting him.
俺は
Huge problem. And
時間だ。
it kind of makes that guy to blame for whatever's gonna happen next, to some extent.
大丈夫。起きた時は少し混乱する。
Whenever there's like super green visuals like this, it makes me kind of transparent if I get too close to the camera.
かもしれないが。
Or if my clothes are too reflective.
君はこの学園の理想を体現した人間になれるんだ。俺の生きたい人生を生きる。
We'll see.
この物語の主人公になる。
You're gonna live the life you want to lead, huh?
ナナミに
Is this really what you want to lead, though?
俺になる。
He wants to feel... He wants to feel competent. He wants to feel worthy of being by Chiaki's side, huh? Again, we already know, or at least I think I already know, that Chiaki wouldn't care whether or not he has the ultimate ability, but he just doesn't feel adequate. And instead of her striving to improve himself normally, he's just trying to force himself into becoming somebody completely different, basically. Okay. That was good to see some stuff from Junko's side of things. See her coming to the school. See her interactions with Mukuro. I think this was the most fun and interesting scene in the episode, and one of the most interesting in the show so far, actually, with Junko's interactions with Mukuro. That's always been such a huge mystery to me, and I just loved seeing this with Mukuro being so suddenly with Junko just immediately trying to stab Mukuro in the face, and Mukuro having absolutely no reaction to it whatsoever, just constantly blocking as if it's no big deal, and being so happy that Junko is seriously trying to kill her with all her heart. It's hilarious and also cool and also, I don't know, really interesting. I love that scene. And of course the reveal that the Midori that is in the school is actually the ultimate imposter. That makes a lot of sense. That clears a lot of things up as to... I should have... I think I did mention that he looked kind of like the ultimate imposter, maybe, when we first saw him getting like dragged out of his house. But I never really thought that. I just thought, oh, maybe he just had a lot of weight when he was younger. And that was the same kind of thought. It's so crazy that the same trick got me twice. Got me in Danganronpa 2, where it's like, oh yeah, it must just be Byakuya, right? He just gained some weight, but it must be Byakuya. There's no other explanation. It's gotta be Byakuya, right? In this one, it's like, oh, it has to be Midori. I mean, sure, maybe he gained some weight. He had some weight when he was younger, but no, it's Midori, right? No, both times I got completely fooled by the same exact thing. So yeah, that shows what I know. I really should have put those pieces together, but I don't think I really did. Even if I may have mentioned it offhand, I didn't really believe that. So I can't give myself any points for that. And again, the Yukizome having just a few months helping out the reserves class and coming back. Not what I expected at all. I didn't expect this time skip. But I guess that's fine. Coming back, seeing that everything is still fine. Everybody's grown closer together. I think that was the main point of the time skip, is that everybody's grown to be close friends after all that time. And we didn't need to see all the steps in between, because we're seeing things from Yukizome's point of view, basically, for what's happening to this class. The fact that she leaves and comes back allows us to make a lot of sense for us to have a time skip here. and for us to see things through her eyes to because if she stayed in the class and there was a time skip, there would be no reaction, right, from Yukizome, because things would have just progressed slowly. But the way this was done, we as the viewer get to put ourselves in Yukizome's shoes, in her position, and because we are in her position, where she also gets to experience the same time skip that we do and see how they have progressed. And I think that makes a lot of sense. That was a really interesting and cool choice that they did it that way. Chiaki doing great at keeping everyone together. And I like this scene as well. I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy the scenes with Junko and Mukuro. Mukuro especially because we just don't know that much about her. But I love the voice that Junko did with the narrator voice. That was really well done. Just sitting on top of a whole bunch of suitcases. Way too many suitcases. Honestly, this was giving me some like Studio Shaft vibes in a way, with her just sitting on suitcases for no reason in the middle of the airport. Like that's the kind of thing that I would expect from Madoka Magica or Monogatari series. And then of course Mikan getting brought away, not understanding what's going on, but that's always how Mikan is, right? And now finally, I'm glad we have some visual on what's going on with Hajime being put into some sort of stasis chamber or whatever they're gonna be doing. I don't know what. I'd like to know more of the details of what's actually being done to him, but we're probably not gonna really get that. And even if we did, it would all just be jargon anyways. It would just be a bunch of mumbo jumbo saying, "Oh, we reconfigured the phase amplifier to rewire your brain" or something like that, right? It wouldn't be anything that actually means anything. But that was interesting. So again, things are being set up. Things have not come to a true climax yet, though. But we're coming up on the midpoint of the series now, episode 6. So let's see what, if anything, changes then. Are we gonna get our climax of all these things coming together, or are we gonna set more things up? Either way, I've been enjoying the setup. I'm of course very excited to see where things are going to go, but I've been enjoying the setup quite a bit. So, people are ticks only capable of reproducing. People without talent, you mean? Yeah, he's calling out regular people ticks. So they deleted his old personality completely. The one that was more depressed. But we know this isn't going to go well. Surprised he can even get up that easily after being in there for such a long time. No point in clapping yet. He hasn't even shown anything yet. Maybe he's still normal. Or worse. Now, how did they install those red eyes? Huh? There's that weird, unsettling tone again. I'm loving all the, I like all the water people. Water people are great. Yeah, poor Chiaki, she doesn't have any friend, she doesn't have her main friend to play with anymore. No Hajime to beat. Probably not what she wanted to hear. Well, I mean, she probably should have told her the truth, because now she just thinks that Hajime is intentionally not meeting up with her. Although maybe not. If she just stays here at the front, waiting for him to appear, and he doesn't, then she'll know that that Yukizome was lying to her, anyways, right? That he doesn't exist. Because surely she would see him at some point.
じゃあまたな。また明日。
Yeah, see you tomorrow. That tomorrow is pretty far away, huh?
後でナナミに聞いてくれ。
What's she so shocked about?
ではこれは
What? What? What is it, Ibuki?
俺の荷物ばっかり運んで。
What? Was she freaking him out about their relationship?
いけません。それは私の荷物。うるせえ。おかしいよ。なんかおかしいよ。
What's weird?
ペコちゃんとペコちゃん、いつの間にそんな仲良くなっ
What are you talking about, Ibuki? You were the one who saw them hanging out so closely together before.
仲良しなのはいいことだと思います。違う。たまたまだ。たまたま。なんか自分でみたいな感じだった。
But yes, this is very Ibuki.
いいね。実にいい。あった足が冷たくて。
Thank you, Ibuki.
そう。それは私。サタナイルを召喚するための神聖なクモさ。
Holy offering?
サタナイルを晴らせ。サタナイルを恐るべき災禍が降りかかるぞ。
Is that one of his pets?
じゃないの？こんなコンビニ袋みたいに弱っちいのがどうやって
I like the little poop fragments that also came out with that for added effect.
雪染先生はどうしたのでしょう？
Okay, he finally got the ID card. Now she can investigate about that.
そこでゲームオーバーだ。大丈夫。わきまえてるから。実は評議員が一人行方をくらませやがったな。
Vanished.
そのせいで警備もかなり厳重だ。それでも行くのか。今日を逃したら二度と使えない。だから行くしかないわ。命をかけても。俺の命もかかってんだよ。 そうだね。ごめんね、坂倉君。だけど、宗像君の役に立ちたいの。彼の理想のため。
I mean, that's the same reason he's doing it, right?
本当はそれもどうでもいい。とにかく、宗像君の役に立てれば、私はいいの。そこまで、あいつが好きなのか。うん。宗像君のためなら死んでもいいかな、私。
And eventually you kind of do, I guess? Although I don't really know if it's for him or not.
坂倉君、ありがとう。俺のつけ入る隙はね。そんな。
No room for you at all? Wait. Wait. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? No room for you at all? And he asked if she was really in love with him. Wait, when Yukizome was it not a joke? Was it not a joke? Is he really actually in love with Munakata as well? Is that actually what's going on? What is happening? This is a new classroom, or maybe it isn't.
先生、あのバカはいつ戻ってくるんだ？もうそろそろだとは聞いているんだけど。
Nagito?
みんなも寂しいわよね。いや別に。私あいつ嫌い。なるからちゃんと寝坊しないで。
A new building. Okay. Oh, sneaking around.
行方不明になったのに警備員は少ない。幸運といえば幸運だけど、なんか変ね。
Maybe security isn't tight because they already know why the trustee is missing. They probably understand already, and that's why they're not worried about like looking for him or stopping anybody else from like attacking trustees or whatever, they probably know exactly why the trustee is gone. It's probably or because of Izuru Kamakura, maybe. Probably they were the one that was that maybe they killed one of the trustees, and now they have more guards guarding Izuru, and that's why this place is empty. Or they just don't feel the need to guard this place too much because they already know what's going on.
全部調べてたら朝になりそう。
I'll just see what they're working on recently. Can't be that hard to find.
行方不明になった表現。
I don't think staring into his eyes is gonna teach you anything, but Junko? Okay, I didn't expect that. I thought it would be Izuru behind it, but I guess it's Junko. But then that doesn't explain the lack of guards, right? Unless she's off doing something else somewhere else, causing more havoc. And they know where she is.
身近な道具でやられる方がずっと怖いと思わない？日常で使うなんてことない道具で。
She can like scoop out his eye with a spoon or something. I don't want to see that.
結構絶望的じゃない？
No, I don't want to see that. No. No, thank you. No. It's not something I need in my life. Oh, no password, doomed. Curry rice?
かな。まさかね。
That's typical security, yep.
こんなの身体実験じゃない。
Yeah, that's what it is.
これほど大掛かりな実験を学園でやっているなんて。
I'm curious though, what its current state is. We haven't seen much of it.
いずる。顔くらいずる。
Oh, and she's learning about that her own way, with the torture.
ちょっと、何その一仕事終えましたって。私一人で。
Yeah, that's quite a tall order.
汚い仕事と力仕事はお姉ちゃんの役目でしょ。そうか。そうだね。
she just goes along with it, huh?
ただじゃ開かないやつだよ。
Well, yes, she has an eyeball still.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Is it one of the...
競技員のおじさんからもらってきた。
Is an eyeball in your, like, food thing?
健康とかじゃないよ。こう見えても私って。
Yep.
身持ちが大事。
Yep, I thought so.
ここね。
There's Izuru. You breaking him out? What are you doing here? Just want to see him?
軽くなさい。こっち向いて。
She's way too excited about this.
歌舞伎やプロジェクト評議員の連中めデウス X マキナでも作る気か。
デウス何？
機械仕掛けの神自分たちにとって都合
A
のいい
fake god.
希望だな。
どうしようっているなんてことが世間に知られたらいくら
They're trying to create their own god.
世間に知られるならまだいい。
Trying to pull a
超高校級
Sumeru
の
Academia.
詰め込まれた怪物が人類に悪意を抱いたらどうなる。あるいは悪意ある誰かに利用されたら。
それは。
希望は
Or
一転して絶望
even if nobody uses him,
それ
he could just become despair on his
人生を
own.
脅かす絶望にな。
世界。
すぐにそちらに向かう。
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of just
その注意を払え。
experimenting randomly, honestly.
信用するな。以降カムクラの名を口にするのも厳禁だ。
分かった。カムクラ先輩。
And she's spamming his name as much as possible.
ハグハグしてください。
Yeah, Junko's always been a great character.
純子ちゃん。
Such a bizarre reaction is fitting for her.
やばいかも。そうだよね。もう超やばいよね、カムクラさん。そうじゃなくて。うっさい、黙ってろ、バカデブス。バカデブス全部入ってる。さて。あのこと気になってたんですよ。
He really doesn't have much to say, does he?
知らない場所に引きこもってるなんて、カムクラ先輩に似合いませんよ。先輩だったらもう何でもできるじゃないですか。例えばいきなり死んでみんなを絶望させちゃうことだってさ。お前
It's too powerful.
つまらない。あなたたちの行動は全く無意味です。
Yes, it is wonderful, isn't it, Junko?
カムクライズ、絶望が必要なのは私だけじゃない。あんたもなのよ。
絶望。そんなものいくら論理的に考えても必要ありません。
No, it won't be boring. That's her idea here. Is that he already can do everything, so everything's boring to him. He knows everything, so everything's boring to him. So what he really needs is despair for something to not go his way. For a difficult challenge.
私が今ここにこうなっているのも論理で説明できるっていうの？
江ノ島純子、あなたは物事の先の先まで読める超分析力を持っていますね。それなのになぜ勝てないと分かっていてこんな真似を。へえ、わからないんだ。あんただって超分析力を持ってるはずなのにね。ほら、絶望って未知なんだよ。
And the unknown is interesting and not boring.
超分析力のせいで世界に退出しきってた。みんなが求める希望なんてただの予定調和だしね。
Predictable.
でも絶望だけは違った。 ワクワク
She basically just wants to create chaos.
絶望は未知の味がするんだよ。
It's not even about hope or despair, it's about chaos.
混沌をもたらしてくれ
Yeah.
るの。一発の弾丸が世界大戦を引き起こしたみたいに絶望には世界を混沌に変える力があるのよ。
That's actually her favorite thing. It is just chaos. Not even despair.
こうしてる今も私はすっごく世界を救うかもしれない。でもね、希望の先には未知なんてこれっぽっちもない。
I don't know about that. Why wouldn't hope be able to lead to the unknown? You're saying that the people, for their hope, it normally is just having them exist peacefully for all eternity and whatnot. But that's not the only kind of hope. There's also the hope of making life better. There's also the hope of, I don't know, exploring space, learning new things about the world we live in. There's hope about creating an animation that creates hope with everybody. There's the hope of creating the best possible music, the music that sparks a bunch of emotion. Like, there's all sorts of different hopes. And I guess the idea is he already is the ultimate in all those things, so it's all too easy for him. But I don't think you can ever be like the most ultimate. Even if you're the best at making music or something, that's a very subjective thing. So I don't think it would be boring, even if you were the best at music, because there is no such thing.
こんな予定調和の世界はつまらないでしょ。だったらおいでよ、先輩。気づかれた。純子ちゃん、早く逃げないと。すべてを手にして、すべてに退屈。
There's the crazy eyes.
あんたを救えるのは絶望だけ。私だけよ。これは。
Despairfully fateful. I don't know if this is fateful. You made this happen. He's really got a
アニメはまだ完成しないのか。
Take more care of himself.
でもようやく実験段階にはこぎつけたんだ。じゃあ
Just eat better, sleep more. It'll help with your animating as well. You don't have to stay up constantly. Doesn't help. Oh, Junko's
よかった。
back awake.
ここは学園の病院だよ。怪我のことはヒールでつまずいて階段から落ちたってことにしたんだ
Okay,
け
so
ど。
she got her out of there, but obviously Izuru will let that happen.
ことがあります。待っている。
Tell her to proceed to prepare for unforeseen consequences.
学園に話してないみたい。病院にも普通に入れたから。やだ。待ってるなら早く迎えに行ってあげなくちゃ。私はあの男あまり好きじゃないけど。
He's a weirdo, but you like Junko?
ド貧乳変態女の好みなんて聞いてないんだけど。そういう意味じゃなくて。
Mirai going to the hospital. Junko. Oh no, it's not even the hospital, right? It's the school hospital. What? You noticed? You analyzed immediately? Is he really that smart?
ですか。
Or recognizes his face?
あんた誰？
見たら亮太です。
That's pretty intense.
何する
She found a powerful weapon.
わかんないけど。私に連れてんのよ。これがもう一つの運命の出会いなんだ。
Fateful encounter. So yeah, does she recognize him? Is the question, or did she use her analyzing powers? She just look at him and be like, he has the potential. I see his aura. His aura has the energy to create the despair that I need. It's one or the other. If it's the latter, then I think that's great and hilarious, and I love it. If it's the former, that makes a lot of sense. So either way, I'm happy with that. But interesting. Okay, so that's how they meet. Okay, do we have a end credits? No, we don't. Okay. That was I think that was a good place for the halfway point, like the midway point in the series. I think that's a good place to stop. So I'm happy with that stopping point. It's not like a bad cliffhanger or anything. It gives me a lot of thoughts about it doesn't really give me a lot of thoughts because we already know what she wants to do with Mirai. We already know about what is the whole deal there, right? But I think this is great. But I'm glad that we got to see this. And Junko's expressions are always kind of funny. She's always has like a really happy look on her face. She's always kind of smiling and bubbly, and it's just we know that that's not who Junko is on the inside. We know that it's not. We know that she's constantly in despair. She's constantly in pain because of the fact that nothing's interesting to her. Everything's boring. She understands it all. Although maybe in the process of like going through with her plan of despair, maybe it is a genuine smile. Maybe she is having fun for right now, but it's just always so crazy to see her just smiling happily. Here it was not a surprise when she was getting crushed by Izuru Kamakura. Not a surprise at all to see her smiling from that. Makes perfect sense. I'm glad Izuru Kamakura did eventually speak a little bit and give his thoughts a little bit, although we really didn't get much. All he did really was just insult Junko a little bit. That's basically it. But what Junko was saying here is very real. It's very much what Izuru. It just makes sense. It makes sense that Izuru would be bored with the world. If you know everything, that's not very interesting. But I just think that realistically, he wouldn't know everything, and there would be more to explore. There would be more to know. He wouldn't just have all the answers, have all the skills. But in anime logic, I guess that's not true. In anime logic, he really does know everything. He really does know how everything's going to play out. He really does have all the skills. So in anime logic, it makes sense. In anime logic, this scene makes sense. The motivation makes sense of Izuru being bored and despair being the solution, or at least one of the possible cures to that despair, to cause chaos, to cause things to happen that he doesn't expect, to have situations happen that nobody's ever seen before, that he doesn't have the ultimate ability to deal with. So that makes a lot of sense. That was really cool to see. The motivations are all coming together now. And of course, we've got Yukizome learning about what was happening with the plan. It doesn't seem like she realized yet that Hajime was the one that was that's being used in the plan, but I feel like we're probably going to be getting that next episode. She's probably going to realize that, or maybe that's not going to be revealed in the documents that she's looking at. Maybe she's going to have to leave before she finds that out, and then she's going to meet Izuru Kamakura, and there's going to be a reveal about that later on, and that's going to shock her. That also seems kind of likely. But again, we're at the one thing that's interesting is that we're at this midpoint of the series, or the season, and we are still in the past. We are still going over some of the history of what came before, but we haven't actually addressed any of the stuff from season 1 still. And so the fact that this doesn't even seem to be close to being done tells me that this whole season is actually about the past, except for maybe the last episode of the season. Who knows? So then my question to myself is, am I even going to get the answers to what happened in the first season? Or are they saving the answers to all those questions for future games? Because I was under the impression that Danganronpa V3 was the final Danganronpa game, and that they're not making other Danganronpa games. They moved on to making other things. I think Rain Code is a non-Danganronpa game that the same studio made, which I am interested in playing at some point. But I thought, I could be wrong, that they were done making Danganronpa in terms of their games. So that's why I thought that this series must wrap up all of its plot lines that it creates. But am I wrong on that? If I'm wrong on that, then it's possible that the questions that I had from season 1 might be left unanswered and might be waiting for a future game to expound on them and elaborate on what exactly happened. But if that's not the case, it's also possible that there's like one more, not really a season, right? What was it called again? It was it's all in Japanese. I don't know what it actually is. But there was the future arc, there was the despair arc, and there's like one third thing afterwards. Whatever that third thing was, maybe that will clear up the loose ends. If it's like a full feature, like a full movie length episode, since it's only one episode, maybe that could possibly clear up all the loose ends, like what's going on with Monica. Did Mirai actually expose the world to his animation? Maybe that is what's gonna clear all those things up. That's still possible too, but that's just speculation. I'm gonna get those answers later. We got a glimpse finally we got more of a glimpse of some of the stuff that's happening to Izuru. It's really hard to tell what's happening in some of these scenes. He's got his fingers put in a bunch of different holes or whatever. I don't know what's going on there. He's got a helmet on with like a bunch of tubes attached to it. Very strange. It seems like they're just randomly messing with him with no rhyme or reason, no oversight. Obviously not going to go well. Obviously didn't go well. And then this stuff, I hate scenes. I hate watching scenes like this with like torture scenes, where especially stuff involving eyeballs. I absolutely hate that stuff. So this was hard to watch. It reminds me of I don't remember what the movie was. Oh, Clockwork Orange. I never watched the movie, but I've seen the scene with the guy's eyes being taped open and whatever, and that freaks me out too. So that's what this scene reminded me of. This guy with his eye being like held open by band-aids or whatever. Freaky stuff. I hate it. But it does its job of being incredibly creepy and freaking you out. At least it does for me. And then, of course, this scene with Yukizome expressing her love for Munakata, and then this dude being like, "No, I wanted to be the one there with him," or something. That was so it was funny and that was not expected. I still don't know what to make about that. But I think that's all I have to say about this particular episode and this midpoint of the season. Next time, I guess we'll continue on with the season. We'll finish it off because it is only. Wait, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's actually no 12th episode. Interesting. Okay, I thought there was 12, but there is not. However, that final season that I was talking about, it does seem to be the same length as a regular episode. So I think I'll do episode 11 of the Despair arc and that subsequent season or whatever it is. I'll do those in the same video, so I'll keep it 2 episodes per video as I go along, just to make that make sense. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens with all this. I'm loving looking into the past and seeing all of this play out clearly before my eyes instead of reading it in Danganronpa 0, where it can all just go in one ear out the other. Here, it's very clear what's happening. So, hope you enjoyed watching me watch this. See you guys next time.